Welcome to the Legends of Sinister Urban Tales channel, the place where shadows from the past come alive and urban legends whisper secrets you won't forget. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video for more chilling stories. Today, we're diving into one of England's most iconic and terrifying legends, the Highgate Vampire. Get ready for a dark journey through Highgate Cemetery in London, where the veil between the world of the living and the dead tore open in the 1970s, unleashing a vampire hunt that involved crowds, occult rituals, and deadly rivalries. This isn't just a ghost story, it's a real enigma that still haunts the minds of those who dare to investigate. Let's begin. Imagine this. It's a cold winter night in 1969. The streets of Highgate, a quiet neighborhood in North London, are shrouded in fog. The local cemetery, a labyrinth of Gothic tombs, stone angels and abandoned crypts, is a place of eternal peace. Or at least it should be, but something is wrong. Residents report strange sightings. A tall figure dressed in black, with glowing red eyes, floating among the gravestones. It's not a common ghost. It's something more primal, more hungry. Witnesses swear they saw the being paralyze people with its gaze, leaving them in a trance before vanishing into the darkness. The first witness to go public was a man named David Farrant. In a letter to the local newspaper, the Hampstead and Highgate Express, in February 1970, Farrant described a terrifying experience. While walking near the cemetery, he spotted a grey entity that left him frozen in fear. He wasn't alone. Others reported the same. One man said his car mysteriously stalled near the cemetery gates, and when he looked out, he saw a dark silhouette watching him. A woman claimed she was attacked by something invisible that threw her to the ground, and the worst part, dead animals started appearing. Foxes, dogs and cats found with their throats torn open, drained of blood, as if something had used them as a midnight snack. Panic spread like wildfire. Tabloid newspapers dubbed the entity the Highgate Vampire. Why? Because the reports echoed ancient vampire legends, creatures rising from graves, thirsty for blood, immortal and malevolent. But this wasn't 18th century Transylvania. It was modern London, with subways, phones and television. How could something like this happen? Some said the vampire was an 18th century Romanian noble brought to England by an occultist and buried in the cemetery. Others spoke of satanic rituals performed there in the 1960s that had awakened ancient forces. Highgate Cemetery, founded in 1839, was already famous for its decaying tombs and ghost stories. Karl Marx is buried there, imagine that. But now it became the epicenter of collective hysteria. Enter the other protagonist in this saga, Sean Manchester, a self-proclaimed vampire hunter and bishop of an occult church. Manchester didn't see the being as a harmless ghost. To him, it was a classic vampire, a Nosferatu straight from the pages of Bram Stoker. He claimed to have evidence, violated tombs, opened coffins, and bite marks on victims. In TV interviews, Manchester declared war on the monster, promising to destroy it with stakes, garlic, and holy water. Farrant, on the other hand, saw the entity as a vampiric spirit or demon, and preferred Wiccan rituals and magic to banish it. The two became fierce rivals, each competing to be the hero of the story. It was like a real-life version of Van Helsing versus a modern witch, and the public loved it. The climax came on the night of March 13th, 1970. A local TV station aired a program about the vampire, inviting the public to join the hunt. The result? Hundreds of people stormed the cemetery at midnight, armed with homemade stakes, crosses and lanterns. It was chaos. Tombs were vandalized, bones unearthed, and the police had to intervene to disperse the crowd. Farrant was seen leading a group with a wooden stake and rope, ready to capture the vampire. Manchester, not wanting to be outdone, organized his own expedition days later, claiming to have found the vampire's coffin in an abandoned crypt. According to him, the body was that of a tall man with pale skin and sharp fangs. He destroyed it with a stake through the heart and fire. But the story didn't end there. In the following years, more reports surfaced. In 1973, Manchester claimed to have tracked the vampire to an abandoned mansion near the cemetery, known as the House of Dracula. There, in a dark basement, he found the monster sleeping in a coffin. With the help of an assistant named Arthur, he decapitated it and burned the body. Farrant, skeptical of Manchester's claims, continued his investigations, but was arrested in 1974 for vandalism in the cemetery. He claimed he was performing protective rituals, but the police saw him as a troublemaker. During the trial, Farrant was accused of being the Highgate vampire himself, which only fueled the legend. Years passed, but the mystery persists. Manchester wrote books about his hunt, becoming a cult figure in the occult world. Farrant founded the British Psychic and Occult Society and continued denying the existence of literal vampires, preferring spiritual explanations. The two traded public barbs until Farrant's death in 2019. Manchester still lives, defending his version of events. And what do you think? Was it really an ancient vampire awakened by black magic? Or collective hysteria, fueled by newspapers and the pop culture of the time? Remember, films like Christopher Lee's Dracula were hugely popular. Maybe it was vandals or wild animals explaining the drained bodies, or who knows, something more sinister, real satanic rituals, as some claim, involving sects that still operate in the shadows of London. Highgate today is a tourist spot, but visitors report unexplained chills, moving shadows, and even recent sightings. In 2020, a group of ghost hunters captured what they claim is a spectral figure on video. Could the vampire still be lurking? If this story gave you chills like the video now, and comment below, would you believe in vampires if you saw one? Have you visited Highgate? Share your own urban legend in the comments. Who knows, it might become the next video. Share with friends who love mysteries and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the shadows of the night, what you see might not be an illusion. Until next time, stay safe, or not.